Hello and welcome back to Harry Shoots People. Recently, I went back to my hometown to take some pictures for my dad, and since I don't go back too often, I thought I'd bring you guys with me to document my short photography stay there. On the train there, I decided to plan and sort of visualise the kind of shots I wanted to take so I didn't miss anything ahead of time. Once I got home, I decided I'd start off with something fairly easy and just take a picture of the dog with my Contax G1, as the lighting was kind of nice and I just wanted to get the ball rolling. Obviously he's still very much struggling to find focus with the G1, but it's only upwards from here. So we made it back to Hull. Apologies for the awful lighting. I'm just recording this just before I go to sleep. Sat here with Pepper. Everyone says shout out Pepper. So I think the plan for tomorrow morning is to wake up early and we're going to head out to Pearson Park and just take a couple of pictures with like the early morning fog and like just some nice looking landscapes in the area quickly with my dad before work, and then sort of just go from there and see what happens. I'm going to end up photographing a couple of scenes around the HU5. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys in the morning tomorrow. Okay, so guys, we're at the park now. It's pretty light out, so I might be able to shoot the 400 instead of pushing it to 800, but it depends how crunchy I want the shots to be. So I'll have a look on the light here and see what it's looking like, see what kind of aperture we can shoot with. I'm excited to take some shots around here. They've recently actually done it up, so it's nothing like I came when I was a child. But we'll see. Let's go. So the park was looking great. There was no one really around and there was some lovely sunrise colours in the sky. A great time to be shooting black and white. First image of the day, and I'm pretty happy with it. I did end up pushing the Kentmere 400 to 800 just to get those darker shadows, and I'm glad I did because it came out quite nicely. I do sort of wish I'd waited a couple extra minutes just so that the duck's wake had sort of disappeared and you get that really nice reflection of the conservatory in the water. But as far as shots go taken 10 minutes after you wake up, it's not so bad. I then went back to the bandstand and I took this, which is clearly quite underexposed. There is still kind of some detailing in there, but I think I must have just metered wrong and accidentally metered primarily for the sky. Taking this one was actually quite fun. I did look like a bit of a weirdo running into the crowd of pigeons and then trying to compose, but came out looking fairly nice, so I can't really complain. Personally, I think this is the strongest and my favourite from the roll. I really like the composition and the framing does really nicely to highlight the conservatory with these two massive trees and sort of this maze of branches above. The lack of shadow detail works really well here, as the trees sort of look like cutouts and don't detract any attention away from the subject. And also, because there's no distinction between the shadows, the trees almost look connected at the top into one giant tree that bends over the top of the frame, which I really like. It's a small detail as well, but I really like the way the path sort of bends towards the camera in the middle between the two trees. It gives it this nice sort of warping effect for the image, which I really like. I took these two pictures on the G1 as I was just carrying it around with me this morning. I do prefer the image of the birds and the trees, although I do wish I'd kind of caught them all in motion at once. As you can see from the video, could have been a really nice shot, just wasn't quick enough. Okay, so I think we're about done at the park here. I've only taken like 5 or 6 shots maybe. Unfortunately, like, I just couldn't seem to compose greatly, and I missed out on one shot that I wanted because there was a man feeding. All the pigeons are in this tree right in front of the conservatory, and it could have been a great portrait, but I just got there too late because I had to walk all the way around, so that's unfortunate. And I struggled composing, but that just happens. Although it was nice to take some pictures just for my dad. I'm gonna have a look maybe later on in the day and just come back through here, see if there's anything else interesting to take pictures of, but we'll see. Lots of ducks out about today, very annoying. Like this video if you'd like ducks. Alright, yeah, we'll see what else we can take pictures of today, so we'll have a mooch around. One thing that Hull is famous for is these white phone boxes, so when I walked past these two I knew I had to take a picture of the both of them. I wanted to take this shot of my dad's dining room, but unfortunately it's quite dark in here apart from the light that's coming through the window, and it's sort of messing up my light meter readings. So I think I'm going to bracket this and potentially shoot one at f4.5 60 and another at 4.5 1/125th, just to see which comes out better, because I want the chair to be the subject, but I still want you to be able to see the photo and have all the nice light coming through. So we'll see how this goes. And also here it is on expired film, just for good measure. I then headed down to meet my grandparents, and I took this picture, which I'm really happy with. I'm glad it came out nicely and in focus. They were both lovely models to work with as well. I've also just realised that because of the way they're sort of standing in the frame and the image's composition, it sort of does kind of resemble the two phone boxes from earlier, with the way they almost both look like they're leaning on each other. So I think that could be quite an interesting diptych to show them together. I also then took this, which I also really like. Keen-eyed viewers among you might notice that this image is in colour, whereas the rest were in black and white. And it was just at this point I'd finished shooting the Kentmere, but wanted to continue taking photos. So I loaded up the Kodak Gold into the Mamiya to take this, which I'm glad I did, as now I have a colour image and a black and white image. As a little bonus, I shot these flowers on that same roll when I got back home. And to see what else I shot on that roll, you'll have to stay tuned for the next video. So that was me shooting film in my hometown. I'm really happy with the selection of images that I've got. I think these two are probably my favourite, and I'm really looking forward to shooting more in Hull and maybe even producing a project there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you'd like to see more of my photography, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching.